Welcome everybody back here at Veil of Sound. Our normal Sunday interview, but with a band about whose music I've very often read it's not normal, it's magic. There is something magic in the music of Monolord. So I'm very, very happy to have their bass player, Mika, here on the show. Mika, thanks for joining.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. I have forgotten to say that you also sometimes play the piano in Monolord.
Yes, once.
And I would like to start with a plug of the day, and I've already explained it to you how it works. So I want to dive straight into it. And the band that I would like to plug, and I know that they are familiar to a lot of people, but I think they have been a little bit forgotten lately, and that is Dope Lord.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not exactly your style, but similar.
Of course, of course.
Now, you don't need to plug something similar to Monolord. You can plug whatever you want to. Now, what would it be for your side?
Well, as you explained the rules to me, I'm gonna pick something completely different. Sturgill Simpson's latest project, Johnny Blue Skies.
Okay.
Holy shit, that's magic right there, but completely different.
Yeah, I think that is also something that is very interesting about musicians because a lot of fans think that if you play a certain kind of music, then you're also listening to more or less that kind of genre most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And by choosing Blue Skies, yeah, definitely quite the opposite, right?
Yeah.
And we'll also come to one. Oh, let's dive directly into it. How often did you guys listen to Hotel California during the making of the opening track?
Oh man. I mean, absolutely, it has been there a couple of times for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we lived together in an apartment for 4 weeks in Oregon while recording this. So me and Thomas probably played it like a few times for sure.
Yeah. Um, if anybody asks, like, huh, why are we referring to the Eagles? If you listen to Iodine, if you listen to that opener, and if you listen to the way that some of the guitar parts by Thomas are being tuned and how he
Mm,
plays it, there is definitely some good 70s rock in there.
of course.
Would you in generally say that the 70s and the 80s were one of the best, if not the best eras for heavy rock?
Absolutely. I mean, most of the music that I listen to are from the 70s. I can't deny that.
Mhm.
And I mean, you didn't focus on the six sounds and pedals and tunings like on the amps and I mean, like, you can make so heavy sounds today that it's ridiculous and beautiful. But during that time, you had such simple equipment that you were more uh, focused on the actual riffs and songs that they have to deliver that message and feeling without having these like crazy sound possibilities.
But at the same time, I think you would also agree that recording is nowadays a better beast
Of course,
because
it's all different.
you don't have to put 8 tracks into one track that then is like, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like I can make stuff at home in my bedroom right now that sound more insane than than a lot of the 70s stuff.
Yeah.
But you still have to deliver the songs.
Mhm. When it comes to delivering the songs, when talking about Monolord, you are now, if I counted it correctly, in your 13th year as a band or 14th year as a band.
Mhm. 14.
And it's not the way that you've only ever played in Monolord. All of you are experienced musicians. Someone is even a highly sought after producer. you were in one of the most amazing bands from the Gothenburg region and generally from Scandinavia, Rotten Sound. So, we have a lot of people with experience. Do you think it do you think that nowadays Monolord is easier for you because you have all that experience?
Probably. I mean, you rely on a lot of in your talent as a musician and your uh, like self worth. Like I mean, like you stood with your bass for quite a few years before even playing a song with Monolord, so you have a completely different approach
Yeah.
to the instrument and the lettering songs. So definitely it has a lot to do with that.
Is
I
it all?
wouldn't think that we can make like I could have made stuff like Monolord when I was like I don't know 20. I don't think so. Like
Mhm.
maybe, but probably not.
Mhm. Yeah, and at the same time, it's also the knowledge of what you can and what you can't, right? You
Yeah, yeah.
know.
It's not just about the. I didn't mean the age
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's
yeah, no,
more
but I
like
know what you mean.
my learning curve from when I started. But I've been playing so different kinds of music in my musical career.
Mhm.
Like a lot of psychedelic rock, just like basic like garage rock and grindcore, death metal. I jumped into a Swedish death metal group called Stab Wound for a couple of years when they needed a live bass player,
Mhm.
and I've been doing a lot of country and um, and a lot of 70s rock too. Like
Mhm. Um, I can totally see that, and I can also I don't want to say I can hear it, but there is something in the sound of Monolord that goes beyond a lot of the genres. Uh, Most people would call you a progressive metal band or a sludge band, or some people also I've read that like straight up heavy metal. Um, but there is something that goes beyond all of the genres, and that is, and here I come back to the magic part. You're now doing that for 13 years. Do you now still feel the same kind of magic when you go into, for example, rehearsal room with the other two guys that you did 13 years ago?
it's definitely been like a pretty weird trip because like the whole sound of Monolord it like embodies all those elements that you were just talking about,
Yeah.
and has a lot to do with like where we are in the writing process, and like with different albums it's fun to like focus on certain elements to keep it together, and you can't just like fly all over the table with an album. I would say, but especially now the latest stuff, like I feel so excited to play right now. It's a lot of fun. When we've been starting to rehearse the live set, going touring this summer, and it's been a lot of fun playing those new songs, and even more now that we have a fourth member on stage when we're playing live. We have a second guitar player, and once he started rehearsing with us again for the live shows, and we get all those guitar harmonies that are
Mm.
going to be on this new album. It's just it feels magic. It feels really really good.
Do you think that, or no, let me rephrase it. You've already spoken about that magic and about the way that you're excited about music and playing with the other two now free people live. Um, Monolord is also in a way very special because, as far as I remember, Monolord has always been the three of you. No
Mhm.
lineup changes.
No,
Would it ever be possible to keep it as Monolord if one of you would leave?
that would feel very weird.
Hmm.
I mean, we've all three had such a huge part of the sound for sure.
Hmm.
I mean, like, I can always hear when Esben is, if I, like, Thomas is listening to some clip on scrolling on Instagram or whatever, and there's some live thing. I can always hear when Esben is playing.
Yeah.
There's something with his the way he plays and his cymbals. He's just so aggressive. Yeah, I can hear that, and you would hear that if he was not there. And same goes for like Thomas' guitar sound and my bass sound. It's just it wouldn't be the same band.
Yeah. Interesting that you talk about Aspen as aggressive. I can see
Yeah.
what you mean. But I would also add, yes, aggressive, but not destructive. And that is something
No.
that I like about also the general sound of Monolord. It's heavy as fuck. I mean, like, come on, it's really heavy. It's cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't try to overpower the listener.
Yeah.
Because, question, is it the journey that you want to take people on the records, on a live show?
I mean, absolutely. It's very dynamic. Once when we started recording together, like Empress Rising, that's way more heavy, mostly, only almost, compared to like the latest 3 albums that have much more dynamics, growing, like taking you for a ride with like the soft parts in the songs and between the songs, and then just massive riffs that pulls it all apart. So it is much more fun to be able to do that, and it becomes more of a journey than just plowing through songs. It's different from like what you say, like I said, mentioned that I played in Rotten Sound. That's really like just massive, like hitting you in the face really fast.
Yeah, as fast as possible, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the name of a new record, Neverending, is also indirectly the name of the title track, which is the last and longest track on the record. Is that also in a way a statement of yours? So in a sense that Monolord is never ending?
No, I wouldn't say that it would be like a conscious choice of a statement at all. It has so many like plays for that word, like never-ending struggle, never-ending journey, and it's just fun to like play with those thoughts once you start putting together lyrics to that kind of stuff too.
And you indirectly already give me the chance for next question. You said like struggle and never-ending struggle. Something that I deeply admire about your band is that unlike many other bands, you have never gone into this, oh, everything is magic and we're seeing elves run around meadows and we're hitting the. Your band has very, very often been about personal struggle, the things that Thomas writes about. Is that, so to speak, the cathartic effect of Monolord for you as a band also?
I would say, yeah. I mean, we very often discuss all 3 of us together, like about both because of like we're curious and interested how the world works and all the dystopian world views that we picture ourselves like having in front of us. I mean, it's not a fun place to be right now.
No, it's not.
So
that's true.
That's also like the never-ending struggle of like just the human being and trying to exist together. But yeah, it's definitely what we discuss a lot in the band.
So are you then also indirectly, you and Espen, talking about the things that Thomas will be writing about? his lyrics?
Well, no, I mean, like Thomas is responsible for the lyrics, really, like, and I think he does an amazing job with that too, because
Definitely.
he can really, uh, you can keep them into a personal level without explaining the lyrics to any
Mhm.
person. You can make
Yeah.
your own mind on that. So
Mhm.
he's done a really good job with that.
And how does it then happen? Does he present you the lyrics before, or at some point along the way, or only in the studio when he records them?
Along the way, absolutely. We've seen plenty of versions of some songs, so
Plenty. Uh,
as you always do
yeah, yeah, and I
in a
think
creative process.
exactly that's what I wanted to say. I mean, like if it's a real band, then that should be creative. Let's get together and work on things. I mean, like there are bands who have one songwriter and it works perfectly for them, but sometimes with these bands, I think there is this tiny lack of um of magic. Put it like
Mm.
that. Now let's come to the new record in and of itself, Neverending. I've heard that you worked on 12 tracks, recorded 11, 8 are on the record. What happened with the other three? Or what
Uh,
will happen with the other three?
we don't have like a clear view of what we're doing with those. The rest that we're not publishing right now. We
Hmm.
just felt that these 8 really make a good record,
Hmm.
like as a whole.
Hmm.
I mean, one of the songs that like is one of those 3. It's like probably my favorite song of the whole recording process.
Hmm.
Uh, but once we started like compiling the album and putting it together, it really didn't feel like that it had a space there where it like needed to be.
Hmm.
So those 3, let's see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking because you are not necessarily a band that does a lot of B-sides or EPs or stuff like that. You have recorded several full lengths, and so I was curious, you know. So those three, I guess that there are also songs from other records that you still have in store somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, that's correct.
So I see a sometime anthology version. So you know, no, just joking. But how do you then
A full
decide?
box set.
Yes, yes, a 20 set, 20 disc box set of all the unreleased. No, but how do you? What made those 8 tracks stand out together for you then? Those
I mean
8 that are
that
now on the record.
yeah. I mean that's always such a different like creative journey that you go on when you
Yeah.
go into the studio. Sometimes you when we've been recording like you just make like these songs fit together,
Hmm.
and that's what you record, and that's the
Hmm.
whole process.
Hmm.
But like here for example, you like we really like recorded like 11 songs that we really wanted to record that
Hmm.
were great songs, and but once we started hearing the early mixes and like playing with like just with your phone, like doing different playlists for the songs, you really started hearing like as a concept or like a whole that
Hmm.
when you put those songs together, some songs just feel better together, like right after each other. So
Hmm. But there is no red thread going through all of the songs.
it's no, it's not like a storyline or in that way, but it's definitely just like a feeling, like a process when you start feeling like this is just it feels right,
Hmm.
and I think that was pretty simple for all three of us to get together as well.
And now the recording, you've already mentioned it. You lived in Oregon for a couple of weeks
Mm,
because you worked with a somewhat pretty famous woman,
yes,
Sylvia Massey. How did that come
absolutely.
about?
We've had for a few records now, we've been discussing that we really wanted to try out to work with a producer,
Yeah.
but we have never really gone full out on that.
Mhm.
We've just discussed between the three of us. But for this album, was the first time we went to our manager and said, I really want to work with a producer this time, just to take us somewhere else, further. We've always done everything ourselves,
Yeah.
so it would be cool to see what happens if we get to work with a producer that close.
Mhm.
And he said, well, that sounds great, great idea. Let's get back together in 2 weeks. Have a
Mhm.
meeting. You can compile a list of producers that you want to work with, and we start from the top, like the absolute, your favorite producer. We
The
start
dream
from
one.
there. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dream choice, and let's go for that. And when that person maybe can't, doesn't want to, is too expensive, or for whatever reason, let's go to the next one on the list.
Yeah.
But Sylvia Massey was all of our dream choice. It was
Mhm.
just this would be really cool to work with.
Mhm.
And all right, let's check it out. He threw the question for the label guys at
Mhm.
Relapse, and there was okay, these guys, they wanna work with Sylvia Massey. Well, all right, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's contact Sylvia Massey and see if she's available. It took 1 hour. One
Hour.
hour, yes, for her to respond. Absolutely, let's do this.
So
And
she had known you before, your music at least.
she had noticed our sound before, and she was absolutely, let's do this. And Daniel Hall, our manager, he contacted Sylvia's manager, Chris, and uh, said, "Hey, do you usually say yes to this projects like this fast?" No, sometimes they're on our table for 2 months, but this just we both felt like we have to do this. So it had a really great feeling. So we were so excited when we got there that she was so excited to work with us as well. So that really set the mood from the start.
But is it true that she wanted to have all the stuff you ever produced, you ever written, that was lying somewhere on a hard drive, and she wanted to listen to basically all Monolord bits and twits?
Yeah,
Why?
because she's a curious person. So it's us as well. Why the creative world just goes into exciting ways. She wants to go every path before she chooses how to do it.
Oh, so, by the way, she is the one who knows all the leftover tracks that we don't get to hear.
That's right.
Uh, and then, I mean, I'm very sure you had already written a lot of songs, a lot of stuff. Did she choose something from the vault that you had not thought about?
Yeah,
Is there a song that was dormant somewhere, and all of a sudden Sylvia Massey says, that's an interesting.
yeah,
Really? Which
yeah.
one?
Let's see about
Now he's like, well, you have
that.
to find it for yourself. But
No, I
but
mean, the whole thing. That list was pretty long,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So from the start, when we wanted to do a 8 song record,
Mhm.
or we want to record 10 songs.
Mhm.
Um, so all right, then I want 24 songs,
Mhm.
and we get to choose from those.
Mhm.
Like, all right, let's get to work. and there was some, of course, the old ideas and new ideas and semi-new ideas, twisted ideas. So
Doesn't it then make her like basically indirectly the curator of the record, at least to
well,
some
that's
point?
at least to some point, yeah. I mean, like that's what a producer is.
Well, a lot of people would
To
just say
me,
we put up the mics and that's it. That's the way
no,
Albini did.
that's a recording engineer.
Yeah.
But she is like full on producer on this album, so
Mhm.
she has a lot to say on like the material.
Mhm.
She made her list, and we
Mhm.
did our list,
Mhm.
and we put together our beautiful heads and like compiled the list together.
Mhm. Um, so then you have chosen tracks, you've worked on them, you've prepared it, you fly to Ashland, right? That's
Yeah,
her name.
Ashland. Yeah,
And you also use some of her or some of the studio equipment in Ashland, right?
yeah, absolutely. We flew in there with only our guitars and pedals, basically, and
So, yeah.
his cymbals.
So now the nerd has to ask this. I mean, like for everybody who doesn't know, Sylvia Massey also worked not only with Johnny Cash, not only with System of a Down, but also with Tool.
Yeah.
Now the nerd in me has to ask: did Espen use some of the stuff that Danny Carey used for some of his Tool tracks? Because there is a certain cowbell sound on one of the tracks that is exactly.
Oh well, it's not impossible. I don't know for a fact that like some this one was like on like prison
Laterals or
sex or
something like
whatever or like
that.
that. But I mean like most of the recording stuff she's been like having like for ages, so I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot of stuff that was on those records.
Apart from
From mics to percussion and yeah.
so apart, of course, from equipment, especially drum kit equipment. Um, I mean, like that must be a special place if, for example, those three main and most important acts, or some of the most important acts of the early zeros, recorded stuff there. Is it noticeable? Do you feel it when you go there?
Yeah, her studio is like a museum.
Okay.
It's. I mean, like, yeah, I was going for all the 4 weeks there, like going from wall to wall, just like, whoa, shit. Like the next microphone is like more crazy than the first one, and it's like huge microphones, small microphones, and like all the silver and gold records that she
Yeah.
has on her walls, and the insane percussion items, and like really good guitars and amps. And she had like this really crazy microphone that I was looking at. Like I was in the studio always, like
Mhm.
it's standing on the floor, but it's like over 1.5 meters
Mhm.
tall, and it's this beautiful like carved out of metal, and like probably like some kind of what a lot of arts and crafts have gone. It looks very like gothic. It has like a huge lamp in the middle, and like I was talking to her. What is that crazy piece? Oh, I got that from a funeral home here in Oregon. So it was some weird old funeral home where I've been like talking about the dead or whatever. I don't know. It just looks insane with these carved devils, like really cool. So that's what I was doing. Like when I was not playing in music, I was just like admiring all the gear that she has.
Sounds like children's playground.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then, of course, the ensuing question must be like, did you also then take down stuff from the wall and thought like, okay, let's try, let's make something happen?
Yes. Yeah.
I would venture to say that it probably hasn't changed a song completely.
No.
But were there moments when you were like, okay, that is hidden in all of that? That is hidden within that songwriting that we hadn't even thought about?
Yeah, like she has grips on sound that I've never experienced before. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
she has ears that are so finely tuned
Mm-hmm.
that like she hears everything so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't waste any time. Like I couldn't like find those like sounds out of a bass microphone
Mm-hmm.
in weeks as she does like in minutes. She has a really good hearing, and she knows what's interesting in those, and that for sure affects a lot of the sounds coming on that album. And the crazy stuff on the walls, it's like it's microphones and percussion stuff, and they don't really change the songwriting. But it makes the creative process so much more fun to the small children playing in this
Mm-hmm.
weird museum. So it for sure affects the whole mood of the album.
Could that also be one of the elements or one of the reasons why the record, and that is a very positive thing to me, the record sounds very timeless? Could that also be one
Maybe,
of the reasons?
maybe.
Is this timeless character, and that has been persistent through nearly all of the Monolord records. Is that something that is important to you, that your music should not sound outdated in 10, 20, 30 years?
It keeps it more interesting to all three of us for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It
And,
has to like be something pure
mm-hmm.
for all three of us.
And then we also come back to that idea that we already had, because a lot of those 70s, 80s rock bands, they made music which, although we know it's old, it doesn't sound old. Let's think of Immigrant Song, for example, by
Hmm.
Led Zepp. If you
Yeah.
listen to the beginning of that, I mean, like, of course, we all know it's an old song, but if you didn't, you might think, okay, that is a new band.
Mm.
Um, you are now in your 13th or 14th year. Um, and you seem to have done so many things well and correctly and good, which you did. The records are amazing.
Thank you.
Is this, to me, I had a feeling when listening to the new record, it sounded like, okay, everything that Monolord did before, every little thing is the reason, and now this is like the unaimed for goal that they were not trying to achieve, but everything leads up to Neverending.
I hope not.
No, no,
That
no. Please
feels.
don't get me wrong. Not in the sense of this is the final chapter, but everything you've
Yeah.
done led to this particular point.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, like the we are of course in a privileged position, that we as a band with the same members from the start are all in the band. I mean, like a lot of bands go through breakups and or whatever, like after just a couple of years. So you change members or just stop existing. uh, we're pretty fucking happy to be able to play all three of us together still after 13 years, and that of course affects that. Like we've done so much shit together that we develop together. I mean, like all three of us develop individually, but we also develop together, our sound and how we work together, how we play together. I mean, all that. So for absolute certainty, it's a road leading to where we are right now.
Also, something that I like about the record. I mean, like, I have seen Monolord once and I loved it. Awesome concert. And when I listen to that one, I feel as if the record gives you also several possible points where you can say, okay, this is the song, this is the structure, and here we have a part which we can expand and jam into as much as we want to. Is that something that you also want to do on the upcoming tour? Differ a little bit from what we heard on the record?
In some ways, absolutely. We already have like played one of the songs that is on the album. We played live last year on all the festival shows that we did,
yeah.
And that for sure was as well like a in some kind of a search of the perfect way to like take that song. It's definitely alive. It's changing in a way, and in those jamming sessions or whatever, wherever you take it into like some kind of droney place, that's a lot of fun for us to do.
And that also means that the songs, the way we hear them on the record, are just momentary glimpses.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think in the perfect world, that's always what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I'm not trying to like make that bands who play the songs exactly the same way to be anything
Dream
else
Theater.
than good. Anything. Well, you know, that's their thing, and
yeah,
and
one
I'm
has
sure
to say
they
if Dream.
find.
I mean, like I always bash Dream Theater. I know, but even I have to admit, if you can play that stuff live,
Yeah.
I mean, like okay, that's pretty incredible. You know,
It is absolutely. Yeah. That's talent of like high level. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't want to, but couldn't do that either.
Yeah.
But that's a matter of taste, and it's the same thing goes with like Meshuggah, like
yeah,
and I fucking love Meshuggah.
yeah.
I
Who doesn't?
absolutely adore love
If you don't love
Meshuggah.
Meshuggah and listen to this interview, try again.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, like, there's no way you cannot love Meshuggah if you listen to this podcast.
No.
Okay, I will be banned. I will be bashed for that. Yes, you cannot. You can love this podcast and not love Meshuggah. I know.
Well, that's
but
not
we
what you
do.
said before the interview. So
yeah, I know. No, but honestly, it's always a matter of taste. Something that I also like. In a way, Monolord carries their tastes and their influences on their sleeves. I mean, like, it is obvious that you guys listen to your fair share of 70s rock. You've listened to a certain amount of stoner. But it is audible, but it's never the way that I would say, okay, this sounds as if they had taken that from Led Zeppelin 4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a difficult thing for you? Because I mean, like, you have those influences, you like and love those bands. Is it difficult not to, I don't want to say copy, but emulate them?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I try not to. I'm very like emotionally driven person. Like I go to where the song takes me as well. Like when I write music, and it's just I just want to feel it myself. So like I don't really think about it in that way. Like I'm sure like you can like take some after we've recorded the song, and you can take whatever. It's like, hey, dude, it sounds exactly like this band from the '60s who did that thing and that thing. It's like, okay, sure, that's great. That's a cool reference. And
the interesting thing would probably be that person who tells you takes it as an insult or wants to put it as an insult, and you're probably like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's you can't really like do original stuff with like this kind of instrumentation anymore. Well, of course you can. There's this Canadian duo that the internet is all over about with the polka
Yeah,
dots. But
but I want to say, sorry to say it like that, but I know you're talking about Engine to Poitrine, but Don Caballero did that 25 years ago. So I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Even they don't make
Still,
new stuff.
but still,
I know
like
what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter. I
Exactly.
mean, like that's the whole point of
Yeah.
music and being creative. You have to like go like with the feelings that that they give you, it's not like you're reinventing the wheel
Yeah.
every time,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're doing something. You're expressing yourself and feeling something with the audience.
That is something that that is something that I would like to attach to. We've already mentioned Hotel California, and everybody knows that basically from the song structure, Hotel California as a song is a kind of commercial suicide because you have a track which is basically 3, maybe 4 minutes long, and then you have an outro that is 2 minutes, and basically all of the 70s rock stations, they cut it out. But it was a very, very honest and authentic song as a song in itself. Is that something that you think is the most important thing for a band? Authenticity?
I mean, like, yeah, kind of. I mean, like, if you can't feel it, how can you deliver it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it has to mean something
Mm-hmm.
for you, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to feel like you have to actually honestly feel something to be
Mm-hmm.
able to deliver something that you can kind of feel together with an audience.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work just writing a bunch of notes together and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And you said that you always want to go where the song needs to go.
yeah.
And on the last track, on It's Neverending, you have guest vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, of course, you also again took somebody that most of us will know. You took somebody from Entombed, Jürgen Sandstrom. Um, how? Or no, let's put it like that. Why did you think that the song needs these kind of growls?
um when we were going through the material,
Mm-hmm.
and Thomas had made this song idea, and he growled himself
Mm-hmm.
on the demo
Mm-hmm.
for this song, and it sounded good too. Um, and but he felt that he would not be able to like make it like live or in the studio, even like in a proper way, because it took him for such a long time to
Mm-hmm.
make a whole song like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he hasn't been using that kind of vocals ever, so it sounded good, but he didn't want to like put his time on focusing that to
Mm-hmm.
make it somebody that has done it better. And when we were just like going through the list, like who the fuck can we have here? And I mean, like we want to play this live too. I mean, like we love this song. We want to be able to play this live. But none of us stream, but then we just came up with the idea of contacting Jörgen, and he was immediately like, "Yeah, I'll put my vocals on this weekend." So when he delivered the vocals, I started laughing so hard because I was so happy. It was just I had goosebumps, both my arms. Like uh, there's like a scream in the end third of the song when he
Mm-hmm.
like really takes from his toes and screams. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When you have a feeling as if, and I think I know exactly the moment that you're talking about. It's that one moment where you have a feeling as if he's. I mean, like most of the growls that we know come from the throat and from the belly, but there is one point where I have a feeling as if like he's putting it all out. Either he's letting go of every
I'm
kind of wind that he has
I'm
in his body.
100%. I'm 100% positive he opened some kind of weird fucking gates like some psychic gates when he pulled those screams, because they're just inhuman. They're so fucking good. And that scream, when I heard that for the first time, I just burst straight out of laughter, and just, I was so happy.
But then the question must be: you said you want to play this live. How are you going to do it?
We haven't really solved that.
Yeah,
We're not there yet.
You must take Jürgen on tour just for that one moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that would be fucking really nice. Have Jürgen on tour for like the whole year and just do that one thing.
Yeah, because and that's the last question that I have before we get to the infamous quickfire round. You are gonna tour your asses. October 6th it starts. Then you're basically on tour for 2 weeks, and in November you're again on tour for 2 weeks. I mean, you probably played in a lot of places. I'm very sure you played Paris, you played Milan.
Yeah.
But are there places on that tour that you know, okay, I've never played there, I've never been to that city, and I'm really looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, there's definitely some new cities on those tours that we haven't been to.
Yeah, Malmö, Stockholm, Gothenburg.
No, but like especially on the US tour, on the first one, we're doing some like Eugene, Oregon, like smaller cities like that we've never been to. Like
Well, you
it's
just
going to
want to
be
get
pretty
some
exciting.
Nikes in Eugene. Come on, admit it.
Oh, that's where they're from?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I had no idea.
If you
But
go to Eugene, try to get to a football match if possible.
okay.
It's crazy. Like America, I mean, like Eugene and that part, it's just crazy because the football team goes onto the grounds in new jerseys every week. So
Okay.
every week they basically have a new uniform.
Oh,
but nevertheless, yes, Eugene, Oregon, other places in the US or also in Europe where you say like, okay, I've never played there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're doing a festival in Transylvania this summer.
Yeah, rock stuff.
That's crazy. That's really cool. I love that. I mean, I'm a sucker for like horror movies, and how much cooler can that be? Like you're playing in Transylvania.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like how much more obscure can it get, right?
I want to take Jörgen Sandström there.
Yeah, but he would wait for vampires.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mika, first of all, thanks for all the insight into the new record, but nobody gets out of a Veil of Sound interview without the quick fire round at the end. I will always give you 2 alternatives you have to choose.
Okay.
Let's get the worst thing out, but I want to make the joke. There are 2 very, very famous mainstream rock bands that also never seen a lineup change. You have to choose between The Plague and Colorado. Oh, no, sorry, between Coldplay and U2.
Wow. U2.
In that category, I would also choose U2. Yeah. And I even have to admit that the last EP that they put out really positively surprised me. We have been talking about classic rock for some time, so let's go into that direction. You have to choose between 2 songs, Hotel California and Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh, come on. Come on. I can't choose. I want them both. Oh, fuck.
Let's put it like that. After this interview, which one will you listen to first?
Freebird. I mean, that I listen to Freebird more often than Hotel California, so Freebird.
For me, it would have been Hotel California, very simply because my Lynyrd Skynyrd song always was Simple Man. I don't know why, but
fantastic.
That track just tears me up all the time.
Absolutely.
Let's say with a classic rock thing, Led Zepp. Which record do you prefer, the first one or the second one?
The second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm very sure you guys have listened to your fair share of ZZ Top.
Of course. Yeah,
Tusk,
absolutely.
Tush versus Tres Hombres.
Tres Hombres.
Tres Hombres, okay.
Yeah.
The Allman Brothers versus Waylon Jennings. Completely different, I know, but you have to choose.
Well, if you know me, it's gonna be Waylon Jennings.
I hope you would say that.
I mean, like I have a Waylon tattoo on my arm, and my
I didn't know that.
I have two dogs. One of them is called Waylon, and one of them is called Willie. So
Yeah, it's like one of my friends from Canada who has a lot of dogs, and he named his first dog Patton, and the second one Buckley. Well, guess who? But I have to be silent. Our daughter is named Alicia, and maybe somebody knows one.
yeah,
As we're already into country territory, Willie versus Johnny.
Willie.
Okay. Can you say why? Because I would have thought that you would have taken Johnny.
I mean, Johnny. I really like both, of course.
Yeah.
And the dark side of Johnny is fucking awesome. It's rips your heart out, like when you hear those heavy dark songs. But I don't know. Willie has something like he goes beyond that. Like he has some like really hard ripping songs as well, but not in the dark way. He's in a different place.
And with Willie, I always had the feeling as if there is a certain silver lining at the end of the horizon. With several Johnny Cash songs, especially not the very first period, but the second one before all the really, really dark shit.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling as if there is nothing on the horizon, just pure dark.
Yeah.
As country is one of those genres that my wife, my daughter, and I can agree on the road, we also very, very often hear some good female country. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you two female country singers. Casey Musgraves versus Maren Morris.
Oh, I don't know the second one.
Have you heard the song My Church? You probably have.
Probably, but
yeah. So then you would have to choose Casey Musgraves, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And now to take, again, maybe a step away from country again, I'll give you Orville Peck versus Tyler Childers.
Oh, Tyler Childers, absolutely.
Okay.
He's phenomenal. I mean, Orville Peck is cool, and he's fun and playful. But Tyler Childers, I mean, his voice is just, you can't beat that. Yeah. Even when he has gone like crazy Christian, but what I understood that he has, but it doesn't matter. He delivers in a different level.
Mm-hmm. So, and to come into all the nice heavy stuff again, I'll give you Sleep versus High on Fire.
Sleep.
Mm-hmm. Paul Bearer versus Yope.
Yope.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Elder versus Slowmatics.
Elder.
Mm-hmm. And the last one, as we were talking about Dracula, which Dracula actor do you like better in his role as Dracula? Christopher Lee or Gary Oldman?
No, Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If I had to choose between those two, I would have to choose Gary Oldman because I remember he gave me a lot of chills when I was 13, 14.
Yeah, very true.
He played it so well. Mika, thanks for all the details. Thanks for all the interesting answers. Hope to catch you on tour in October.
I hope so too.
Or November. And all the best with a record for everybody.
Thank you.
You will be able to listen to Neverending in a couple of weeks. May 29th, it's going to be out on Relapse Records. Take your time, sit down, maybe take a good glass of road wine or a good beer, and listen to it on headphones. I listen to it in the car. I listen to it through a normal stereo, but on headphones, it's really a trip, a puzzle.
Yeah.
Mika, your chance for final last words.
Oh man, you didn't prepare me for this.
Yeah, that's
Oh
spontaneity.
man, I mean, fucking, just like take a leap of faith and like write music from your soul.
Mika, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye bye.
Thank you. You likewise. Bye.
Bye.